Initialize sequence now.
Welcome to the Geelong and District Football League Match Day, thanks to Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
It's interesting, McFarlane's lined up across the half-forward line too.
He's at half-forward as we start this GDFL Matchday coverage at Myers Reserve, and the ball's gone to Stephen Lurie, who gets a high tackle and will take a free kick on the back end of the centre square. Plays on quickly, gives it away to Paul Miller, goes towards half-forward. Good punch away, Adam Fry for Thomson. Paddy Burns on hands and knees. You'll see that a bit today. Through it though, says the umpire, and it went to Steve Ardo, but it will come back now and be a free kick to the Bell Post Hill side. It's going to go to Lurie again. Was going to play on to Miller for a second time. He elects though to go with his right boot towards half forward. Fry in front, over the back, comes towards Atchison. Little toe poke off the ground, played for a free kick, none forthcoming. That was from Bevan Hurst. And close to the boundary line, Bradley across there with Mark Hancock. They'll see it over, and it will be a throw in about 50 metres around from the Bell Post Hill goal. They're kicking to the northern end in this first term.
Probably the umpires obviously think a bit of Daniel Wilson, the young man who's, I think he's only umpired 30 or 40 games, but I believe had the interleague game with the Ballerine last week in Ballarat. So
that's a fair effort.
We'll watch his performance with a bit of interest.
He'll be happy to be back here with the rain and not the snow, I believe, from last week. But the ball comes to the back of the pack. McDonald gets tackled, gets his handball away, just inside 50. He's down there again, pushes it out, only to the advantage of Fanning. He can get a handball to Armstrong, who's clear across half back. Nobody to kick to, so he wants to go for the boundary line. It probably won't make it though. Troy Feldman is going to bear down on it and pick the footy up with a bit of time to set something up. Messina can give him a shepherd. He goes towards the forward pocket. Illick comes out, tries to take the chest mark, can't do so. Fanning does well, tries to direct it towards half back, but finds Bevan Hurst, and he takes the mark for Bell Post Hill. Goes quickly to Feldman, goes laterally across towards centre half forward, kick towards McDonald. Good kick. Scotty McDonald takes it centre half forward.
McDonald, centre half forward for Bell Post Hill. Whoops, slipped as he kicked the ball, but he got a fair fist on it, but he's only kicked it straight to Aitchison in the full-back position for Thomson. Pretty fast and furious early. Aitchison goes wide to centre wing. McFarlane takes the mark, plays on quickly, gets a handball across to Armstrong. Another handball, and away go Armstrong finally. Long kick to centre half forward. That's a solid kick. The ball to the full forward position. Well picked up there by Leather, was it? Follows on fairly quickly, but the Bell Post Hill defence, this time through Simmons, gets the ball back to the centre. Mark not taken. Almost a free kick, not paid. Play on to the umpire, and they're allowing play to continue. Mahiris picks up the ball, drives towards half forward. Umpire, no, didn't pay the mark. Play on. The ball kicked wide to half forward flank. McKernan after the ball with Carr there of Bell Post Hill, and very, very close to the boundary line. Play still continues, and finally it's picked up by Shannon for Thomson side, and I've lost vision just temporarily.
It's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds, and thank
punched out by Carr.
There's only two spots we don't want it on the ground. That's one of them.
So almost 3 minutes into the first quarter, no score on the Victory Trophy scoreboard.
Going to be a boundary throw in now, about 65 metres around from Thompson's goal. It's going to be Rod Peacock and Paul Miller for the respective sides. Miller in front for Bell Post Hill, Peacock from behind. No player can get an effective tap. Fresh air shot by Miller off the ground. In there, Steve Ardo fighting hard. Pack develops, coming Ray Randall, got one high. The umpire, Stokes it is, will give a free kick to Trav Randall. Gets it quickly across to Paddy Burns to give it to Daniel Fanning on the left boot, goes long towards Leather. Just slips at the crucial moment there, and a marking contest with Adam Martin. And Martin takes the mark in the last line defence for the Panthers, plays on quickly, directs it to the opposite side of the ground, and finds Simon Connolly, who's started the season in great form. He's in the left back pocket, goes to the left boot towards half forward, towards half back rather, but it's marked at half forward for Thomson by Aaron Bradley. Leather gives him a lead, as does Travis Randall. Poor kick off the boot, McDonald fills the hole, gets it away to Brett Pollard. We'll be saying that a bit this afternoon as well. Poor kick on this occasion by Pollard, sets a bit of a task for Cameron Carr, needs to pick it up and does so, and good little kick out wide too. It's got Lurie, and he can pick it up and go. In fact, it's Messina as well with him, and Messina's got it. Goes from half back towards half forward. Hancock stands his ground, getting across. Mahiris does well, gets a hand to it, and we'll see it over the boundary line. 4 minutes gone, no score yet on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard here between Bell Post Hill and Thomson.
Ball through centre wing. Daniel Fanning very conspicuous early. He's appears to be having an on-ball roll. Ball comes in over the head of Hancock on that occasion. The umpires put a whistle on play. It's a free kick to Thomson, to Bradley. And Bradley in the back was the indication from the umpire there. He kicks very, very wide. In fact, made a divot outside the line. It's about 2 centimetres, but a perfect decision by the boundary umpire on that occasion. So it's out of bounds on the full. McFarlane for Thomson standing the mark, and Bell Post Hill to bring the ball back into play. Little chip pass, and that's well done. Finally taken there by Lurie again. Plays on with a handball. Simon Connolly receives. Left foot kick wide to half forward flank. Nest of Thomson players. Feldman does remarkably well. 1-on-3 and gets the kick, but a very poor kick back to the centre of the ground. And on that occasion, player perhaps wrong option, but Pollard picks it up. Handball over the top to Miller. Miller tagged. Great work by the Thomson side here. Comes wide to Fanning. Fanning weaves his way through a couple of players. Gets it to Ardo. Ardo of Thomson now. Sees the lead at the full forward position, but there's he's kicked it to space. Leading in the race for the ball there was Simmons of Belpost Hill, but good work there by Leather. Strong, but the Belpost Hill defence very strong. Bring it wide, and a mark taken by Simon Connolly, half-back flank. Not such a good kick, but he's found his teammate there on half-back. If he can get hold of the ball, it's Messina. He sees the safety of the boundary, and, well...
slid nearly into the front of the commentary box too.
Just, quite a good slide there. So the ball out of bounds, true centre wing.
6 minutes gone in this first term. Pretty fast and furious opening to this game, even though the wet conditions. It actually has stopped raining here, so Pete might be right about that win. Ball comes to the front of the pack. Armstrong can go with a torpedo punt and goes bang towards the full forward position into the pocket. McKernan can't quite take the mark. John Mitchell's there as well. Conspicuous name there for the Thomson side, Welshie. Yes. John Mitchell.
His father played about 800 games for him, didn't he?
He did. President of the club, and his son's now playing for the Thomson side in this senior match this afternoon. No score as yet in this GDFL Matchday Round 7 coverage. Ardo gets it down only as far as Simmons gets a left foot kick away towards Fanning and Messina. Roved at the front by Randall, can't pick it up. Lurie's against him, tries to tap it to the advantage of Mitchell on the cricket pitch area here at Belpost Hill. Still in play. Mahiris is there, can pick it up and handball over the top to Ardo. Want to try and get another handball back, can't do so. Mahiris there, fighting hard for it. Peacock stands out, waits for the handball, gets it, gets tackled, gets slung, gets the ball back to Ardo, back to Peacock. They're running across half forward. Now it'll be Burns. He has to stand his ground, give it to Mitchell. They're just running across half forward, gaining no ground. Goes now towards Adam Fry, still on 50, and now it's a foot race. Kick off the ground, getting away and being able to take it away was Michelson. Out towards centre wing. Fry, handball to Atchison behind him. Now Hancock in there also. Free kick found, no held to him, says the umpire, and it will be a ball up.
I tell you what, Paul, it's interesting. We've probably played 6 or 7 minutes of the game, and it's like the coaches haven't really laid it on the guys to play wet weather football. They're really throwing the ball around well.
First option, Thomson have gone the first option all the time where they could have kicked when they, as Jason called it, they moved across half forward there with about 5 possessions then.
On half back, great tackle by Aitchison for Thomson. Ball turned over, comes back to centre wing. In front Thomson, nobody able to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. There's a foot race. Good work there by Mahiris. Great work for Thomson. Ball comes forward. Here's the Belpost Hill side, and there's a player loose on centre wing in Messina. Messina, away he goes. Oh, terrible kick. He's, didn't quite find Armstrong there of Thomson. Ball comes to Paddy Burns. Paddy, he went to handball, but ended up throwing it away. Fanning, the look away handball to, there's a whistle on play. I think
too high.
A tackle on Fanning, who had the ball, and it's against Brett Pollard by the look of things there. And umpire Wilson is explaining to Brett Pollard the reason for the free kick, and everybody's pretty happy to accept that. So Daniel Fanning, Thomson, on half-back flank, has got the free kick. 8 minutes gone. First quarter, Victory Trophy scoreboard hasn't been troubled yet. Not 1 point on the scoreboard for either side. Kick to centre wing. Well, no, free kick not paid there. Ball comes back. That's Carr of Belpost Hill. Gets a handball across to Hurst. Hurst can't get the ball. It's thrown across there to Walker. Walker now finds Miller. Miller comes back to the Belpost Hill player at half-back. No player can take the mark on centre wing. It's pretty hard and tough. Well done there by Bartolo. Gets the handball across to Lurie. Well,
could have been a free kick there.
Not paid by the umpire, and now it's Stacks on the mill. And then that marking contest, it was a pretty high tackle, Pete, but the umpire didn't see it. Obviously,
pull one out now.
The wrong way.
Yeah. And Pete, they have to be fairly liberal on the throw today, aren't they, a little bit, with the wet weather? Players not used to it?
Well, either liberal or straight down the line, but if whatever decision they make, it's got to be for the whole game.
Kick by Atchison, back towards centre half back. Hurst gets it for Belpost Hill, can drive it back in board looking for McDonald. Not paid. Stein comes out, got a high tackle, no free kick, comes back towards Lurie, who's been in everything in the first 9 minutes or so. Handball back to Cosick, handball to the call of Pollard, can't quite pick it up though. Now Thomson with the numbers, Armstrong can't pick it up either. comes out quickly. Ardo, Fanning and Atchison from fullback. Just pushed it out wide. Hurst and Wolfernan now, who played a pretty good game last week against Annie. Craig Wolfernan wants the boundary line. Did he find it? Yes, he did, says the boundary umpire. Defensive play there by the Tigers, and they see it out of bounds. We've been playing 10 minutes in this first term. No scorers yet.
I tell you what I was saying earlier about having leg speed in the last quarter, at the pace they're going, it's going to be...
They'll be gone by three-quarter time. Ball over the back. Bradley from the ruck contest. The boundary line beckons, and so does Ange Messina, but the boundary line will beat him. And it is another throw-in, this time closer to our commentary position on centre wing. It's at half forward. Bell Post still attacking to this northern end. In the first term, Shea Walker to do the ruck work against Bradley. Could be a good tussle this afternoon. Both boys not that tall, but pretty quick at it. Shannon now, and in there Cossack fighting hard with Bradley. Umpire Stokes will come in and bounce the footy. Still at half forward for Bell Post Hill. Been moving between the two half forward flanks for most of the start of this game. Walker from behind Bradley tries to tap it to the advantage of Fanning. Standing his ground, Hurst ducked his head, got away, and got a kick away which was touched. Play on it will be at centre half forward. Armstrong, good thump away from Hancock. McDonald straight through the pack, gets away from Atchison, does he? No, he doesn't. Oh, holding the ball. Free
good
kick.
decision.
Yeah.
And it will come back to Andrew Atchison at centre half back for the Tigers.
So Scotty McDonald pinged for holding the ball. Had an opportunity, prior opportunity, and Atchison takes the free kick. Handballs across to his teammate there in Irwin. Irwin drives it long to the outer wing. Up they go, comes to ground, off hands to Scotty McDonald. Can't get the handball clear. Great defensive work there by the Thomson player, and in fact has earned. Well, who earned the free kick?
It was Peacock.
Yes, Peacock tackled too high, and good decision again. Peacock drives to centre half forward, big pack of players, but it's well, Bell Post Hill players could have taken the mark, but hit the ground. That's their style. Away goes Messina now, looking for an option up forward. Kicks to the lead. Feldman was, he opted to allow his teammate to come through there in Hancock. Hancock picks up the ball. If he's clear, he's got a chance now. Drives it full forward. Illick on a good lead. And, he's got the mark. Is it 50? No. Very fortunate, perhaps. It was, a pretty ferocious attack on the body there. But Illick, and by G. Paul, it'll be a good kick from there today. In fact, it's too good because he's gone for the lead of Pollard. Pollard, now can he get around on the left foot? Well, gang tackle there. The two of them tackled him. Perhaps one looked pretty high, but not so. The umpire, Johnny on the spot, and we're 25 metres out from the northern goal.
Ball up now. Bradley ripped off the footy. Wolfernan, shuffled it out to Lurie, who was his opposite number. Back towards Troy Feldman. Running off half forward is Messina. He gets the handball from Feldman and goes long towards full forward. Illick standing his ground in front. Can't take the mark. Mahiris from behind. Oh, it does well. Bustles his way through. Takes a footy with it. Left foot kick towards Paddy Burns was great at half back. He's got 30 metres. He can walk back into trouble. Handball. That's their style. Gives it to Adam Fry at centre half back. Goes wide. Now it's a foot race. Peacock and Miller. Two big guys. Peacock playing at centre half forward. Miller off the ground. Good play back towards half forward. A couple of Bell Post Hill players try and take the footy away from each other. Michelson's was in there, and also Shea Walker, the big man. Handball back towards a standing start. Simon Connolly goes with a left boot towards centre half forward. Have to run onto it, and they do. Illick calls everybody out and says it's mine, and he takes the mark 45 metres out from goal directly in front.
Good talking there, Paul, obviously.
Yeah, obviously he's run into the space there, and everyone just give him that space, and he took a good chest mark in the end. 33
goals this season so far. Handball's off to Scotty McDonald, who was standing there. Now he goes long and wide. In fact, it's going to bounce in the field of play. Pushed off hands. Luke Shannon's close to the boundary line. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. And then try to get it back. But it's okay for him because he receives a free kick for too high. Luke Shannon in the last line defence for Thomson. And we'll try and push the Tigers out of defence now. Goes the measured pass towards the 50. Chopped off by Hurst. In there Armstrong. Messina, who's been in everything also. Torpedo punt towards full forward. Atchison in front. Can't take the mark off hands. Quick little kick around the corner. And is it going to be through for one behind? It is. The first score of the afternoon goes to Bell Post Hill. And it's taken 14 minutes in this first term. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard shows Bell Post Hill with that one behind. And they lead Thomson. And the kicking in will be done by Craig Wolfernan.
Wolfernan now of Thomson. Uses the full 10 metre square. Drives it toward the centre of the ground. But straight to Feldman. Puts the mark down. Scotty McDonald backing it. Scoops it back. Allowed to continue. Feldman dropped the ball. Play on to the umpire. And they're allowing players to have every opportunity. Bell Post Hill. Excellent handball. Finally come to Messina. Runs. Gets it to the goal square. Can Illick Shepherd? I think he may have. All clear, said the central umpire. So Messina who's been very, very conspicuous so far in the game, has kicked the first goal of the game at the 15 minute mark of the first quarter. Victory Trophy scoreboard now, Belpost Hill 117, Thomson yet to score.
It's one of those sort of days, Welshie, where if you're second or third in line, you sometimes end up with a footy, don't you?
For sure.
Because they're going at it pretty hard.
What's glaring out here is how many times the ball has gone over the back and no one's been there.
Yeah.
Where it's been into space. Anyone can wake up, they'll sit at the back of the pack, and you're going to get 100 kicks today.
Johnny Mitchell sort of did that in the middle, but unfortunately didn't come off the back of the pack, came to the side to Scotty McDonald, and he was standing there.
Yeah, a good movement there from Belpost Hill across that forward line.
Back in the middle now, Walker gets it down, only to the advantage of Mihiris, gets a kick away, goes towards Peacock, is in front at centre half forward, that's where you have to be, gives it off to Paddy Burns quickly on centre wing now. He tries to measure the pass towards McKernan, does so, can't take the mark though, off his chest. Simmons is in there, McKernan, leather off the ground, and also Cameron Carr, and it is out of bounds on half forward on the commentary box side of Myers Reserve, and Thomson attacking. It'll be a boundary throw in.
It's really been a battle of defences, Pete, and I'd suggest Belpost still probably winning that battle, just.
Yeah, I think it's only because they're rooting the ball a little better. It's not because they're any harder at it. I think that they are kind of standing a little bit more behind the pack.
Ball came from the ruck contest to Cameron Carr, who got it back towards ruckman Shea Walker, took the mark, but his kick is marked by Sabali Armstrong on on centre wing, and with a big thumping right foot, the number 2 goal. Oh, great mark. No, not paid. And that was McKernan who got up there. Connolly ducks around a couple. Ball just smothered by McFarlane as he tried to get his kick away. Now Lurie can break away from half-back, try and get a kick away. Shannon, and across there Armstrong again, close to the boundary line, right in front of our commentary box. Hurst over the back to Wolfenden. Oh, he handballed it to Armstrong, who was out. Couldn't quite get back into play.
The idea was good.
Yeah, it was. The 1-2, they worked it beautifully. But Sabali, unfortunately, was still out of bounds, and it will be a boundary throw-in right in front of the Geelong radio commentary box on centre wing here. Bradley in front, Walker with the left hand, tries to tap it to the advantage of Hurst, but Armstrong there, gives it to Burns, kick around the corner. Pollard gets a hand to it, coming through Bartolo. McFarlane, who tries to get it away to the advantage of Ardo. Oh, free kick there, Cossack, no, none forthcoming, out towards Walker. A nest of Panthers there, goes towards Bevan Hurst, gets a torpedo punt towards half forward Irwin. Coming across, Scotty McDonald does a great piece of play to take the mark and goes long for goal. Stein's back there, Illick led for him.
Yeah, that was pretty ordinary, actually.
Could have kicked it to McGillick leading. Stein stood back there, and he's been able to take it away towards Paddy Burns at half-back.
On the turnover, Burns in the centre, takes the mark, plays on quickly. Fry drives it over the centre now. Oh, Shannon, well, just over Shannon's head, and dropping in behind him there was Miller of Belpost Hill, takes a saving mark at centre half-back. Now he's not too sure where to go. Changed his mind twice. Third time lucky, perhaps. Back he goes. Now Miller moves in, drives it into the centre square. It's I was going to say almost straight to Mahiris, but that was the big fellow in Walker. Took the mark, got the handball to Messina. He just can't handle the ball, but players are now finding it pretty slippery in that centre square, but picked up there by Simmons. Drives towards half forward. Players back on the ball. Well picked up by... Yeah.
Too high.
Interesting. Too high the tackle on Scotty McDonald, and McDonald at Belpost Hill now. I'm sure he won't make the same mistake this time. He's well outside 50, a long way from the goal square. McDonald now looking for options. Players, there's an excellent lead by Hurst. It is into the space, and just exactly what you're saying before, Paul, that space is always there, and if someone's prepared to lead into it and their skills are good enough, the result's been shown there. So Hurst of Belpost Hill now. He's going to be kicking from almost 40 metres. It'll be a good kick with the heavy ball, and it's fairly obvious, Pete, round the middle they're finding some difficulty in holding their feet in the turfed area.
Yeah, around the cricket pitch area, I'll be interested to see if there's any of the guys change their boots at quarter time, because really it is a day to have, you can see there when he kicked, he slipped and probably lost 15 metres of distance. And
the ball was marked last line of defence, right in the goal square by Aitchison, and plays on wide now to back pocket. So it's Bradley, is it, with the mark in back pocket. Plays on quickly for Thomson, goes to centre wing, at the back. Bush. Well, that was interesting. Three umpires in perfect position on that occasion. Brett Pollard just edged his opponent out in, is it Armstrong?
McKernan.
No, McKernan. And, well, there's the same thing at centre half forward. The umpire, well, a different interpretation. The umpire didn't see it that way. The mark paid to McFarlane, plays on quickly to Peacock. Peacock dragged off the ball, play on to the umpire. Peacock does extremely well to get back down to the ball, but now it's Miller coming away. Received a handball and half back, and he's got a player loose on centre wing in Hurst. Dropped the mark, but plays on. Now that's a bit better kick, more distance, gets the ball over the centre wing, comes to Paddy Burns. Paddy gets a handball quickly, and Thomson drive to centre half forward. Player in front, dropped the mark. No free kick, said the umpire. Play on. And there's Walker, tries to crash his way through, can't do so. Ball comes wide, there's good shepherding there for Miller. He can't get clear. And as he slipped, he tried to get a handball away. It comes to Ardo. Ardo's not prepared to bend down and pick it up either. He's kicked it off the ground. It's going to be very, very, very close to the boundary line. In fact, no, it's rescued there by Lurie. He plays on quickly, drives it towards centre wing. The lead there of Feldman. What will... well, that was interesting because we were in pretty good position, and
I thought he controlled it inside the line then.
Feldman's feet might have been out, but certainly I didn't think the ball was.
I think the point there, the Belpost Hill bench were yelling that it wasn't out and Feldman was tackled, so I think they got out of it fairly well.
Now in front, Walker gets it down towards Troy Feldman, and he won't be able to keep it on this occasion for sure, and it will be another boundary throw-in. It's 1-1-7 playing Thomson yet to score. Belpost Hill in front. 20.5 minutes gone in this first term. Been a bit of a slog in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Players just trying to find their feet in these slippery conditions. And the half-back line of Belpost Hill performing pretty well at this stage of the game. Walker in front, gets it down to the side of the pack. Cossack's there, Hurst as well, and Bradley. And umpire Bobby Beattie will come in and bounce the footy. Aaron Bradley getting off the bottom of the pack with Bevan Hurst. And we'll do the ruck work against Shea Walker. Umpire Beattie throws the ball in the air. Walker tries to get it to the back of the pack. Ardo's there. Good pick up too. Kick around the corner was okay. Belpost Hill have the numbers. Carr comes through, runs into Bevan Hurst in the end. Mitchell's got it. Needs some support. Got a kick away towards Leather, who leads in the race to the footy. Can handball back towards Mahiris. Does so. Now Nick Mahiris on the left foot goes long towards full forward. Fanning and Simmons. It might bounce through. It has for one behind to the Thomson side through Nick Mahiris. And that's their first score on the board. It's 1-1-7. The Belpost Hill side, Thomson one behind. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 21.5 minutes. And the kick-in will come from Brett Pollard. We see down in the hands of the trainers Bevan Hurst. And he will... he didn't look... He ran into Cameron Carr. And they had a bit of a clash.
Clash of heads, I think.
The teammates. So Brett Pollard with the footy. Goes from full-back, finds Sean Simmons on the outer side, half-back flank. Takes the mark uncontested. We'll try and push the Panthers down towards the centre wing position. He's got Walker in the middle calling for it. He elects though to go towards centre wing. And Hancock gave him the lead over the back. Atchison punches it away. Coming through McDonald, can't take it with him. Hancock tried to, or slung as he got rid of the footy and will take a free kick. Mark Hancock on the outer side, centre wing now. Goes towards half forward. It's a good kick to Messina, who... loves this football at the moment because he's seeing plenty of it. Gives it to Lurie, who's another one who's seeing plenty of it for the Panthers. At half forward, takes the mark. And we'll try and drive the home side. Oh, he's played on now, gone around his mark. Can get around Aaron Bradley, can he? Yes, he can. Get a kick around the corner towards Cossack. And, does beautifully. Cat-like skills for the goal.
That's a great goal.
Great
play.
Yep.
Adam Cossack has put his first on the board. And the second for Belpost Hill. They're 2-1-13. They lead Thomson, who are one behind on the Victory Trophy's first score scoreboard. Great play in the pocket.
Yeah, excellent play there. He turned his player inside out there, young Cossack. But Thomson, they've been forward a couple of times, and I think Eric mentioned it, the half-back line of Miller and so forth, Connolly are on top of it, and they just can't find it hard to break through. They've only broken through that half-forward line once for a point. Leather, he's coming out and attacking the Leather very well, but just can't get a handle on it at the moment.
Oh, now, Uncle and Leather in the one day. Yes. How are we going?
Up goes the ball. Walker doesn't... Well, he got a slight tap away. Pollard tries to kick it off the ground. Diving on it there was Wolfenden. Well done the players. They got the ball clear. The umpire didn't have to break it up. Finally comes to Ardo for Thomson. Kicks the ball still in the centre square, and players really working hard. Connolly of Belpost Hill can't get clear, and now the umpire in Wilson will come in. We're still at 15 metres from the centre circle, inside the centre square, slightly in the forward zone for Thomson. Ball goes down. Players stacks on the middle again, but the players Belpost Hill try to get a handball out. I can't pick players up in there. It's very congested. Probably got 15 players around the ball right at the moment, and umpire Wilson again will come in. And what do they allow them? 2, Paul, before they give a free kick?
Yeah, there'll be a free kick here now, Eric.
Up goes the ball. Players there, Bradley and Walker. Walker gets a tap clear, comes down through McKernan's legs. Paddy Burns dives on it, gets a handball back to McKernan. He's closely attended there by Scotty McDonald, but there's a player grab without a play on, said the umpire. Paddy Burns again, revelling in the conditions out there in the mud. Ball comes down to McKernan. He can't get it clear. The umpire's giving him every opportunity. Belpost Hill finally kicked the ball right back into the centre square. Good shepherding there by the Belpost Hill players. Coming forward there was a great kick off the ground. That was that Cossack again. Ball comes down to Feldman. What'll he do? Oh, well done. Pull the balls. Well, he didn't quite get away with it. He had a weight of numbers probably against Troy Feldman that occasion, 1 against 2, and the Thomson defence did a good job in holding him there. Ball thrown in. Ardo gets a tap for Thomson. Comes to Luke Shannon. Shannon quickly tackled on that occasion by Hall. I don't really know whether he had an opportunity ball on that occasion.
He didn't have a prior opportunity there. He's a bit hard done by there.
Yeah, so perhaps a fortunate decision there for Hoare of Belpost Hill. Now he's looking for a shocking kick.
Good pass.
He's kicked. Ardo threw the one hand out and it stuck him there, and Ardo of Thomson now takes the mark. Goes into the centre square area again. Belpost Hill handball across to Walker. Doesn't quite know what to do with it, and perhaps to their credit, Belpost Hill trying to continue playing that dry weather football. I don't know whether they'll be able to maintain that all day. It comes to Miller at centre half back. Excellent work. Controls the ball. Little chip pass. He's found his teammate there in Bartolo. Bartolo at almost a true centre half back position has the mark. Plays on quickly, but his interception there for Thomson. Well done by Mahiris. Long kick to the full forward position. Well, umpires put a whistle on play. The indication is it's a Thomson free kick. Daniel Fanning certainly played on. In fact, the advantage has been paid, and Daniel Fanning has kicked the first goal of the day for the Thomson side at the 26-minute mark, first quarter. Victory Trophy scoreboard: 2-1-13 Belpost Hill, 1-1-7 Thomson.
Across the half-back line then, when Belpost Hill had the ball, I think instead of trying to direct it back into that corridor where the mud and slush is, a kick like that would clear the centre square there, and you're away then, Pete, aren't you? A tumble punt or anything, get it away. They've coughed the ball up there. We've seen the beauty of the long kick from the Thomson fellow. Go in, they run into an open goal.
I tell you what, I'd be interested to see if they did make that ball come back from Fanning to Luke Shannon, whether he would have made the distance.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt whether he'd make the distance in this weather.
Because at 26.5 minutes, the ball's pretty wet, I would think, after a quarter of football. Back in the middle, Burns gets it away, and it's a wide kick towards centre wing. Mitchell leads in the race of the footy with Bartolo. Can't pick it up at the first occasion. Little toe poke by him. Bartolo across there also. Both fight pretty hard for it. Still in play, and getting around Fanning okay with Simmons. Goes towards centre wing on the outer side. Foot race coming out. Atchison backs himself straight through, if you don't mind the rubber man, and can run from centre wing towards centre half. We're looking for McFarlane in front though, and the Belpost Hill players have done well there to block McFarlane. McDonald with a torpedo punt. Great kick. Hurst can't take the mark, but he gets a good shepherd from Hancock. And can it be the quick reply? No, Stein's back there. It's off. And off hands, and 3 for 1 behind.
There's the beauty of the long kick there, Peter.
Well, I can't understand why they're now starting to chip the ball around. They must know that the ball's got water in it and it's starting to get heavy. The Thomson boys seem to be banging it long, and they're getting the advantage out of it. Well,
there is the siren for quarter time here at Myers Reserve, and at quarter time it is Belpost Hill 2-2-14. They lead Thomson 1-1-7, and the goal scorers for Belpost Hill so far, Ange Messina and Adam Cossack, have singles, while Daniel Fanning just kicked that goal at the 26-minute mark for Thomson to bring them within 7 points at quarter time. Pretty hard fought first quarter. Both sides will be looking for the quarter time rest. We'll take a break and then come back with our first quarter summary with Peter Walker, Eric Nichols and Paul.